And that's what we telling you. We know about the judgments that's coming up on this earth. Because we know only few gonna be saved. And our people will say, well, you gotta pray for everybody. Let's see what the angel said to Ezra. We're gonna continue to read. Go ahead.
It says, verse 19.
You gotta pray for all Israel. Let's see what the angel said. See what the angel said to Ezra. Go ahead.
Verse 19. Therefore, hear my voice and understand my words, and I shall speak before thee. This is the beginning of the words of Esdras, before he was taken up, and I said, O Lord, thou that dwellest in the everlastings, which beholdest from above things in the heaven and in the air. Verse 21, whose throne is inestimable. Inestimable. Whose throne is inestimable.
Right.
Whose glory may not be comprehended, before whom the host of angels stand with trembling.
See, even the angels tremble before the Heavenly Father. Okay? Even the angels tremble before the Heavenly Father. Ezra knew that. And he letting us know. He reminding us, look, the angels tremble before the Heavenly Father. Go ahead.
Verse 22.
Read this slow. Read this slow. Go ahead.
Whose service is conversant in wind and fire.
You know what the word conversant means? It means to study something. Okay? To control something. In other words. So the Heavenly Father, Yahawah, he controls the fire and water. Okay? Now who else did that? Who controlled the water? Huh? You know what scripture that is? Give me Luke 8:25. Let's see if he controlled the water too.
Luke 8:25, and it says, and he said unto them, where is your faith? And they
Start up at
22.
Somewhere up in there.
Con. It says, Luke 8:22. Now it came to pass on a certain day that when he went into a ship.
This who the world Hillary called Jesus. Right here. We're reading about him now. Go ahead.
And he went into a ship with his disciples, and he said unto them, let us go over unto the other side of the lake. And they launched forth. But as they sailed, he fell asleep. And there came down a storm of wind on the lake, and they were filled with water and were in jeopardy. And they came to him and awoke him, saying, Master, Master, we perish.
That's who they were. That's who the word Hillary called Jesus, right there. That's what they woke him up, right? And they was talking to him because of the storm, right? Go ahead.
Then he arose and rebuked the wind.
He arose and rebuked the wind, meaning he corrected the storm.
And the raging water.
See that? Go ahead.
And the raging water. And they ceased, and there was a calm. And he said unto them, where is your faith? And they, being afraid, wondered, saying one to another,
listen close.
What manner of man is this?
What manner of man is this controlling the elements?
For he commanded even the winds and the water, and they obey him.
They obey him. So the Heavenly Father gave that power to his son. And that same power, we're going to have it. We're going to be blessed with it. Okay? Because there's a lot of work that who the world Hillary called Jesus did that's not even written in that Bible. But that was written for us for faith. And so we can have records and believe on his son. Okay? Go back to Ezra.
I got the word.
Which one? Go ahead.
It says, conversing.
Matter of fact, read that scripture then read we're going back in Ezra, then read the definition.
Okay, it says 2nd Ezra, verse 8 and 22, whose service is conversant in wind and fire.
All right, now look up that word conversant. All right, got
etymology online, it says from Old French conversant, present participle of conversant, see converse. And then it has verse, it says practice, conversant, acquainted. It says verse, to turn over a book, subject, etc. It says in study or investigation. All right, I'm going to go to the verse. It says to communicate with.
Up to communicate with. See how they were controlling them elements? So here it is in Ezra. Ezra is telling you that the Heavenly Father studies and communicates with the water and the fire. He controls it. So the Heavenly Father controls the elements, and His Son was controlling them elements. And we gonna control them elements. Go ahead.
It says to move about, live.
So all that you see the X-Men are doing and avatars are doing, what they doing is mimicking us. That's what they doing. All those things that you see that the X-Men are doing and controlling the animals and controlling elements and Avatar doing, controlling the water and fire and all that, and controlling the earth, they got that out the Bible, man. They know the real people who gonna do that in real life is the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, and He elect out of them. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, that's why when you add to it, when you see those, when you're looking in California and you see those fires that be happening, and then really the firemen, they'll say it was a raging fire, we really couldn't do nothing with it. They'll just let it burn till it gets to the street, to the highways. They can't do nothing with it because the Yahawah is he's a part of that fire, right? And he's in that fire. That's why I tell you in Hebrews, he's a consuming fire.
Right, and when you seen that flood, that Fukushima, they hit that the nuclear power plant, right? You had water coming over, and you had fire within the water. The water didn't put the fire out. And then sometimes when you watch them fires that's going on in California and other places, they form a tornado, man. You don't want to be caught up in that. The Most High controlling that, man. He's using his finger to control it, man.
Tornado fires.
Them angels is controlling it, man. This is the real deal, man. This ain't no bullshit. Go ahead.
It says whose service.
And see, these are the secrets the so-called white men don't want you to know in them wicked ass church pastors. Okay? They don't know the Bible in them churches. Them people in them churches, they lost, man. They don't have a clue, man. They think everybody gonna be saved, man. They don't even know their nationality. They think they African American, man. They way left field. They don't have a clue, man. Go ahead.
Second Ezra 8:22.
And you got a pile of them down there, right? And the women that were walking by her, they was asking questions about what we was reading, and we told them according to 1 Corinthians 3:16, you are the temple, and they kept on walking like they was inquiring about it, but they really kept on walking, man, because it's not for them, man. Okay, they would have if it was for them, they would have heard that word and say, we ain't going down there participating in the church, we going back. That's wrong. But they kept going and they participated in it. Okay, then they quoted what was in Hebrew, do not forsake. Matter of fact, get that in Hebrews the 10th chapter. Do not forsake the assembly. What that's going into is knowing Yahawashi was a sacrifice, and you don't forsake the assembly of truth, knowing He was a sacrifice for the nation of Israel, man. If you find it, read. But we're gonna go back in the Ezra.
Excuse me, can I get somebody's number where I can meet with y'all later?
All right, we meet out here every Saturday around 3:30. Every Saturday around 3:30.
All right, bro. All right, man.
It says, verse 8, 2nd Ezra, verse 8, chapter 8, Salah, verse 22, whose service is conversant in wind and fire, whose word is true.
Whose word is true. Go ahead.
And sayings constant, whose commandment is strong and ordinance fearful, whose look drieth up the depths of indignation.
All right, if you ain't found it, bro, look at the stone.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
It says, whose look drieth up the depths and indignation maketh the mountains to melt away.
Go ahead, His righteous anger. Go ahead. Making the mountains melt away. Go ahead.
Which the truth witnesseth.
He controlled them elements, man. He controlled it, man. He can make a mountain melt away. Using fire, man. Using water. He controlled it. Go ahead.
Verse 24, it says, oh, hear the prayer of thy servant, and give ear to the petition of thy creature.
Go ahead.
For while I live, I will speak, and so long as I have understanding, I will answer.
Yeah, the creature is something that's created. Okay? We are the Heavenly Father's creature. We are new creatures because we've been born in Yahawashi. And we don't do the things of the world. Go ahead.
It says, for while I live, I will speak, and so long as I have understanding, I will answer. Oh, look not upon the sins of thy people, but on them which serve thee in truth.
It said, look not upon the sin of thy people, but serve thee in truth. The reality of the scriptures. So, that's what Ezra is praying for. But he mentioned sin. Okay? And serve thee in truth. Now watch what the angels tell him. Right? Because he was praying for all Israel at first. But watch how the angels correct him. Go ahead.
It says, oh, look not upon the sins of thy people, but on them which serve thee in truth.
Go ahead.
Regard not the wicked inventions of the heathen.
Which Israel is looked at as like heathen. Right? Because they forsake the Heavenly Father. Right? Go ahead.
But the desire of those that keep thy testimonies in affliction.
Go ahead.
Verse 28, think not
keep thy testimonies in affliction. So through these trials and tribulation and adversity, right?
God.
The ones that keep his testimonies in these afflictions. 2/3 ain't gonna keep them in the affliction. They're gonna forsake Yahawashi and go after vain things. Because they don't have the counsel of the Heavenly Father. Right?
Verse 28 says, think not upon those that have walked vainly before thee.
Have walked what?
Vainly before thee.
Vainly before thee. Okay? That's what the heathen does. Walk in vain. Not in the commandments of the Heavenly Father. Go ahead.
But remember them which according to thy will have known thy fear.
Have known thy fear. And that's the beginning of wisdom. Fearing Yahawashi. Go ahead.
It says, let it not be thy will to destroy them which have lived like beasts, but to look upon them that have clearly taught thy law.
So beasts don't have no understanding, don't have the counsel and the knowledge and wisdom understanding of the Heavenly Father and His Son. They weren't given the statute, laws, and commandments. So Ezra is comparing a person without understanding, right? Which he's talking about the nation of Israel like beasts. Go ahead.
It says, take thou no indignation at them which are deemed worse than beasts.
Go ahead.
But love them that always put their trust in thy righteousness.
Love them that always put thy trust in thy righteousness. Go ahead.
It says, but love them that always put their trust in thy righteousness and glory.
Go ahead.
For we and our fathers do languish of such diseases.
What disease? Wickedness. Because that seed was sown. Okay? That seed was sown. That's why the old world was flooded because of the wickedness of Cain. Okay? That's why the old world was flooded, because that wickedness had grown. Okay? And you got the wickedness have grown on the earth today. Matter of fact, give me Wisdom of Solomon, the 10th chapter, in the 1st verse. Read on down, behold what you got. How's the dark boy? Prove my point about Cain.
10:1.
Yeah.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10, verse 1. She preserved the first form father of the world.
Who is chief? Wisdom. Who was the first form? Adam and the Adamites. Go ahead.
It says she preserved the first form father of the world that was created alone.
Right, go ahead.
And brought him out of his fall.
So when you read Genesis the 5th chapter, they were named Adamites, okay? When you read Genesis the 5th chapter, okay? Go ahead.
Verse 2, and gave him power to rule all things.
Gave him power to rule all things. Go ahead.
Verse 3, but when the unrighteous went away from her in his anger.
The unrighteous went away from her in his anger. So the statute, law, and commandment was taught back then.
Good.
But who was the unrighteous went away? Cain. Go ahead.
He perished also in the fury wherewith he murdered his brother.
Go ahead.
For who caused the earth being drowned in the flood?
For whose cause Okay? So that same spirit is in the so-called white man, but this time it preserved for fire. Go back to Ezra.
All right. Second Ezra.
26 was it? 36. I remember what you did.
All right, somebody hold Second Thessalonians, second chapter, and around the 6th verse.
It says, Second Ezra.
Yeah.
Second Ezra 8:31. For we and our fathers don't languish of such diseases.
The reason why we language is because of this sin. Okay? Because of this sin. Okay? And even going back to the garden where that serpent, which was a so-called black man, but so-called black man who seduced Eve to forsake the commandments of the Heavenly Father, he told Adam, right? And then it trickled down to Adam's seed, which was Cain. And then when Rebecca, Isaac and Rebecca had Jacob and Esau, that same spirit that was in the serpent, right, in Eden, and that same spirit that was in Cain, right, that same spirit was in Esau, and that same spirit back in the day in the so-called white man, which he called himself that to hide his identity, but his biblical nationality, they are Edomites. Okay? Go ahead.
All right. Verse 30.
They call themselves Caucasian. They say that to hide their identity. Caucasian means cave dweller. They say they come from the Caucasus Mountain, south of Russia. But really they come out of Isaac. And they was in their land is Edom, south of Jerusalem. But they were pushed into the mountains. Okay? They were pushed into the mountains. Right? And that wasn't the first civilization. That was the first Edomite civilization when Alexander came into power. But the civilization of man on the earth, it was not the first one.
This is Urban Dictionary. Edomite, a descendant of Esau who was born red and hairy. Someone
25.
who the Most High hates, as stated in Malachi 1 and Romans 9 and 13. Also means wasted away.
Wasted away is Yahawah in the Hebrew.
They are the so-called Caucasians or the Edomites today.
There you go. Where you get that from?
Urban Dictionary.
Look up the word so-called. Put so, and then you got the hyphen, then called. And let's see what the word so-called means.